Alright, so the Google Pixel C. I've had mine for about 2 years now. I love it. Really, I mean, this is my absolute favorite tablet. Snap it together, you got a nice little setup with the keyboard and everything. It's fantastic. I cannot complain about it, except for most recently. I've had 3 different tablets in my entire life. My first tablet was the Asus ePad Transformer. This is a pretty nice little tablet for the time. I enjoyed it very much. As a matter of fact, it still works. I'm not going to bother powering it back on yet, but it does still work. The only issue I have with it, and the reason why I had to replace it, is the battery failed on it. Well, started failing. It wouldn't hold a charge for more than half an hour to an hour. It wouldn't say that the battery's dead. It would just shut off, and then it would say the battery was dead, and I couldn't use it again until I plugged it back in and started charging it. That was the issue that killed it for me. Before that, I did have to perform a little open heart surgery on it, where I had to remove this bezel you can see here. Just had to crack that off. That comes off pretty easily. Take out a couple screws, and then I had to remove the backing here and attach or reattach wherever it is on here the ribbon cable for the screen. The screen was going out. It was non-responsive. Looked up online how to do it. It was pretty simple. And then I just snapped it right back in. It literally snapped in place, and then powered it back on, and worked great. Continued working until I had the issue with the battery. I wasn't going to bother replacing the battery, and at that point I'd had it a little over, close to 3 years. Got it in 2011. Had it for about 3 years or so, and went to replace it, and I got the Samsung Galaxy Pro, I believe it was called. It was a 10.5 inch in 2014. That one was really nice. My only complaint is that it was a Samsung. Not that I have anything against Samsung. My refrigerator is Samsung. Every TV I've bought in the past 15 years or so is a Samsung. I love the Samsung products, don't get me wrong. I just don't like all the extra software that they tend to put on their Android devices. I'm not happy about all this. I don't need all of it. I don't want all of it, and I can't not have it without having to unlock and install my own operating system, firmware, and all that fun stuff. I don't want to do that. I just want it to work out of the box. The Asus, yes, it came with some proprietary software built into it, but for the most part, it was the closest thing to a vanilla Android tablet or phone or anything I had used or seen since or before. Really, I mean, it was Android with a couple extra things on it, and those things you could easily dismiss or uninstall. It's not an issue. So, my Samsung I had for about a year and a half, I think, and I had issues with it. The battery power management system went out in it, and it wouldn't, I believe it wouldn't take a charge. So I contacted Samsung, and they were excellent about their customer support, sent it off, and got it back within a week. They had fixed it. Great, fantastic. Then I had another issue. Again with the screen, unresponsive. So I contacted Samsung, and they went ahead and took care of me again. All this happened within the first year of owning the device, so it was covered under the warranty. And again, Samsung did a fantastic job of taking care of me in these situations. So again, sent it off, got it back within a week. It worked great. Well, the Google Pixel was released, and I was looking at it, and I really liked it. And so I decided to go ahead and get it and upgrade to this particular tablet. And whenever I did that, I did it fast enough after buying my Samsung, I suppose, that when I looked at reselling it, Amazon offered me a little over $300 for that Samsung tablet. The Samsung tablet now, it cost me, I want to say, around $600, so it wasn't a lot of money back. It wasn't the majority of the money back, in any way. It was probably close to half, which was great. That got me more than halfway, well, not quite halfway, to the Google Pixel C that I have here now, because I had to get the keyboard attachment, because you have to have that. In my opinion, you want this keyboard attachment for this particular tablet. Without it, I can't imagine holding the tablet. Well, now I have an issue with it. I don't know if you can see. You can see. There's a spot right in here, and if I press on it just right, let's bring it up here. Let me unlock it. That'll help. So there's a spot right in here, and if you press on it just right, it'll cause the screen to go all wonky on me. Well, half of it will freeze up. Maybe it's because it's on this little magnetic thing. I've discovered that putting it on here helps it to not cause the issue. See, now I'm trying to reproduce the issue and it's not having it. But in any event, so occasionally, and it happened really bad on the first day. This half of the screen over here, literally bisected right down the middle, was just pixelated, a pixelated mess. You can see. Yeah, so a pixelated mess over here, and over here, working perfectly fine. Now I could touch things over here. I couldn't see what I was touching, but I could touch them. I could even do a screen image, a screen grab, screenshot of the whole thing, and it wouldn't show the pixels, so it's clearly a hardware issue. Now again, I had the issue with the Asus, where the ribbon came loose, causing some issues with the screen, and I figured this has got to be the same situation, correct? Did some research online, and I believe that is the case. There is, from what I can tell on the teardowns I've seen, there's a ribbon cable connector somewhere around in here on the back of the screen that connects to the board. Well, everything I'd read online said you can just push really hard right in here and you'll hear it click down to reconnect. So I laid my tablet down on the table and I started pressing really hard right up in here all over as best I could, feeling around for something, and then it would glitch and it would refresh over here, and I thought, okay, I'm on to something. And I started doing that, and pretty soon it's refreshing, and by refreshing I mean, imagine you were playing a tape and you pressed pause and then press play and then pause again and then play and then pause again. That's essentially what I'd have happening, where this side of the screen would refresh the image with whatever was going on, but then it would pause at that particular instance. So I felt around some more and then nothing clicked. I didn't hear anything click, and I thought, well, that's it. I'll just take it in somewhere and have it fixed. The kids have had iPads for years, and kids being kids, the screens have been broken on them a few times. We've taken them into local repair shops, and it's usually about $100 to $120 to repair the screen on the iPad. I'm willing to pay more than that to repair my favorite tablet. So I called around to a couple shops and asked them about the issue. None of them were familiar with it, or guarantee me the work that they would do to replace the screen, let alone that it would work. So after I called the first place and asked them if they could fix the issue, explaining that I believe it's the ribbon that's loose connecting the board to the screen, and it probably just needs to be reseated or glued or whatever the case is, however it's fixed. She told me over the phone, we can do the work, we will open it up and check that ribbon for you and make sure the connection looks good, but we can't guarantee that it's going to fix the problem, and we can't guarantee that the work, or we can't warranty the work against it happening again. Additionally, if the screen becomes damaged, we'll have to replace it. I'm thinking, well, great, now that sounds pricey, because I have had one issue before. It was my issue, where I dropped the tablet. I know. It's from a height of about here, and it fell straight down to the ground. And when it landed almost straight, like on a corner and flat. And the screen shattered. Just obliterated the screen. I mean, look at that. Yeah, that was terrifying to see. But it worked. I mean, I was able to still navigate and do things and run a factory reset on them and wipe all my data before I sent it off to have it repaired. But the issue that arose was whenever I called around to all the different screen repair places and all the different phone repair places looking for somebody that would repair it, nobody had a screen and nobody could get a hold of a screen, and it was going to cost almost as much as just replacing the tablet to get the work done. And then I decided, well, I'll call up Google and ask them. Well, I called up Google, and I was still within my warranty, and Google was really nice, and they went ahead and offered me a replacement. One time, the only time they're going to do it, they said, but they went ahead and replaced the device. It was fantastic. They sent me out a new device. I put this one back in the box, sent it back to them. They issued me the refund because they had to hold the money whenever they sent out the new device. It worked out great. I got a new one or a refurbished one, whatever the case is. I don't care. It worked. It's fine. Here it is. And it's been over a year that I've been working on this tablet. Almost a year and a half now that I've been working on this tablet that was refurbished and sent to me. It's working great. I haven't dropped it. Well, I dropped it a couple times, but it was on the couch or on the carpet, and it didn't break, luckily. I even put a little screen protector on it. I don't know how much that'll help, but I've heard that that reinforces it and helps protect against those shatterings. Like I said, I dropped it a couple times, and it hasn't broken, so maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Anyways, now I'm looking at possibly replacing my tablet. Where do I go? I don't want to get a Samsung with all of its bloatware, but that's looking like the best option for an Android tablet. Google doesn't have an Android tablet anymore. They got away with it. They got their Pixelbook now, which, don't get me wrong, it looks amazing, but it won't run every Android app that I want it to run. And it's a laptop. I own a laptop. It's a really expensive laptop too that doesn't run Windows, which most of the programs that I'm going to run on a laptop are on Windows. So where does this leave me? I don't want a Samsung tablet. And for the price of the Pixel, I could get a Surface tablet. But why would I get a Surface tablet whenever I have a laptop already? I have a laptop. This is about a year old. And look, it'll open up, and I can do the little silly tablet thing that the Android one does, or the Surface Pro tablet, or any of those do, where it flips around. But who wants that? You got the keyboard on the back. I don't want that. If I want a tablet, I want just the tablet, which I could get a Surface without the keyboard or anything like that, and I would have a tablet, but it's running Windows. And again, then I just have a laptop with then I just have an amputated laptop. It's got no keyboard or anything on it. It's just a Windows tablet, kind of. But it'll run things that a laptop would run. Like I could run gaming off of Steam, and that's great. But I want an Android tablet because everything that I do on a tablet, I do through Android stuff. If I want a laptop experience, if I want a Windows experience, I go to my laptop. It works great for that. Both of these things serve their purpose. So again, where do I go for a tablet now? There is no more Pixel C. Google doesn't have a tablet. Google has a notebook that looks amazing, but isn't going to do anything. It's a really, really expensive car that has no wheels, really. I mean, it's not going anywhere. We're waiting on software developers. I'm still waiting on the software developers. I think we're going to be here a while. So, in the meantime, I guess I'm going to have to get a Samsung tablet. Really, what else is there? I don't like a lot of these cheaper tablet options that are out there. Any high quality tablet option that's out there, I haven't seen yet. I've looked. The NVIDIA Shield, it looked really great. It's NVIDIA, it's got great graphics processors in it, it should be great. They don't make it anymore. I'm not going to buy something that isn't made anymore. That's, what? No. Lenovo makes some, but I don't really like those either. And what's with the one that's got the weird teardrop shape with the big bulky cylinder on the end, but it's a projector? Who wants that? I don't want that either. So for a tablet experience, Android tablet. That's all I want. A pure Android tablet. I don't want a Samsung tablet. I don't want an iPad. They can get involved in all that Apple stuff. Look, Apple, iPad, you're fine. You're great. You're whatever. You know, you serve a purpose. It works for people. My kids love it. I love having it for my kids. It's easy for them. I don't have to set up hardly anything on it. It just works for them. Fine. But not for me. I don't want an iPad. I guess I'm going to go with the Samsung tablet. It's a Windows Pro tablet. That doesn't work for me either. I mean, like I said, that's just basically a laptop without a keyboard. And what's a laptop without a keyboard? Yeah. Maybe I'll check out Asus again. See what they got going on. But I don't like the last few things I've seen from them either. So, what's the answer? Please tell me. Google Pixel C isn't made anymore. What's my answer? Where do I go for a tablet? For a good, pure Android tablet. I'll settle for 95% Android, 5% bloatware, like I had with the Asus. Anybody? Anything? Well, it works for now, but eventually it's not going to work. And I have to face that I'm going to have to replace it. I don't want to replace it. I love my Pixel C. I don't want to replace it. You can't take it. No. Not till it dies. I will use my Pixel C until it dies. But what do I do at that point? Google I/O is next week, but they don't typically announce new products at Google I/O. If I'm expecting an announcement for a new product, that's not going to happen until October. We're in May. It's 5 months, give or take, till October, whenever Google announces new products. That's a long shot. That's a long time to wait for a long shot in hopes that they will release a tablet that I will be happy with. So in the meantime, I'm going to keep using my Pixel C until it breaks. And if it breaks, I guess I'm going to get a Samsung. I'm not happy about it, but I guess that's where I'm at. Is Samsung really the best hope for Android tablets? Please no. I'm going to keep looking. You keep looking. Let me know if you find anything. Just, put it down there. This is my favorite tablet. Sure, I have issues with it. But it is my favorite tablet of all the tablets. Where do we go from here, Android? Where do we go from here? I suppose we're at that weird cross-section where tablets are replacing laptops and laptops are trying to become tablets and everybody's kind of crossing over and it's this weird little hybrid space. Maybe we'll find an answer in the next couple of years. I'm sure something will come up. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep working on my Pixel C here until it breaks. Until it just won't go anymore. And then I'm going to get whatever I can find that's the best looking option, which right now is the Samsung. I'm not happy about it, but it's the Samsung. So, well, be sure to send me some class. Comment below with your favorites. Best options for right now. Like, add to your channel or your lists. Share, subscribe. of stuff. I'll see you next time. This is me and my Pixel C.